Hello, welcome to another Fishing with Phil. Today on Falls Lake. We're here today with Matt Fuhr with Fuhrious Baits. Matt makes his own jigs and he's here to tell us a little bit about those jigs and spinnerbait.
We pretty much have your general archy head jig, and all my jigs come copper wire tied so that if a fish were to bite it, just the skirt and pull it down, whereas a regular rubber skirt actually comes down on the hook. The copper tends to keep the skirt up there for a lot longer, and it doesn't corrode like a band would.
It's a hand-tied copper. And what do we have here?
So that's a spinnerbaits we just started making. It was literally 4 or 5 days ago we just started making these spinnerbaits. And this is your sexy shad color with a double willow.
When is it a good time to use these spinnerbaits, Matt?
Early morning during the shad spawn, as well as in the spring and the fall, whenever fish are mainly feeding on shad.
Okay.
So you're gonna lay the skirt tab down, make a U with the wire, lay your jig head in there, you're gonna bend the wire around the jig head, and then make sure that you space out the skirt tab so that it covers the entire jig. So once I think it's fully covered, I'm going to take my pliers, cinch it down, and twist it like a bread tie until it gets to a point where you don't really have much left to twist, and you got to grab it with a set of pliers. Once you get to that point, you grab those, snip off your excess, fold that wire down, take your scissors, bottom and the top, and then you got a finished jig. We can start off with a grassy pumpkin, which is a darker pumpkin color in green. Typically matches most crawfish in the North Carolina area. And then you move up to this one, and this one's going to be a green, brown, and pumpkin, which I tend to find that a lot of anglers actually like a little lighter brown, lighter pumpkin color in their jigs, because the underside of the crawfish tend to be a little bit lighter color. And then as you move across the top, it's just going to get a little bit darker with more browns, more pumpkins, stuff like that. And then this one is everyone's favorite, the black and blue, just because it works no matter where you're at. No matter what watercolor, you can always throw that one. And then this is your oyster color. Now this green pumpkin I could only find at one spot. There's only one place you can actually get the tabs from. So that's why it's pretty much exclusive to me and a couple other people I know that have gotten it. And then this is your typical Okeechobee crawl, where it's going to be a lot of green and brown with a little bit of blue. And that blue helps you mimic bluegill as well as molting crawfish at the same time. And this is your fall crawl pattern. So whenever you get into the fall, they tend to get a little bit of orange on the tips of the crawls, and you know, they always, and as you can tell with all the other jigs that I've made and that are down here, the bottom side tends to be a lighter color than the top. And that's because if you ever lifted crawfish up, their bottoms or their underside is a lot lighter. And that's how pretty much every one of my jigs is made.
Thanks, Matt, for showing us how to tie those jigs. That's Matt Fuhrer with Fuhrious Baits. You can get some of Matt's baits on Capitol Boulevard at Mojo's. For those of you that don't live in Raleigh, click on a link for his jigs at www.fishingwithphil.com. Thanks for joining us and hope to catch you later.